Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all you guys out there. It's your boy Dot. I'm in the motherfucking place to be. You know what I'm saying? It's A-Leaf Radio, man. Y'all know what time it is. Uh, Guys, this thing is starting to become the norm. Every month or so, we go through this situation. Another black man, innocent man, unarmed, gunned down. I'm sorry, killed by the arm of law enforcement. This time there's a little different twist because the main guys that they're showing out here, the 5 guys that they're holding responsible, happen to be black. Of course, we know, as reports have came out later, that there's some some white cops also in the scene that are responsible and accountable for the situation. But that's makes no difference. That's neither here nor there. I know a lot of people on the internet and the media is trying to make a big deal out of the situation and spin it however they want to spin it. Here's the bottom line to this thing, my people. We need to start embracing ourselves and showing real sympathy and empathy for our brothers and sisters, our mothers, and our fathers. It's unbearable for a parent to lose a child. And the black mothers that's having to go through what they're going through, I can't even begin to imagine. So let's start there. My heart goes out to Miss Nichols. Miss Nichols. It's just, I can't even imagine putting myself in that situation. How I would feel, how I would respond to such a tragic situation. A lot of people that came in and have their opinion and say what they had to say in regards to this whole situation, but nobody has actually came to deliver some solutions. The people are talking about defunding the police, which is not going to happen. They get more money. People are talking about passing the George Floyd Act, in hopes that they could help the situation. People are protesting, peacefully, to try to, see if there could be a change. My people, it's always the same thing, when these situations happen. And it's unfortunate because it's always one of us that get taken out and get made a martyr. But as I always like to do, I like to provide solutions. So the solution to our situation as black men in America and all over the world, the solution is to embrace one another. Put our arms around one another and embrace one another. And understand that there is no other species of the human that goes through what we are going through. So we can't expect the outsiders or non-black people or whatever to understand our plight and our struggle and our bondage. But we will hope that our brother and sisters understand what we are really going through. And just have love for us as human beings, which is why these people started the Black Lives Matter movement. Just simple, basic love. It has to start there. My brothers, we have to look one another in the eye and love one another truly. When we do that, and I know that sounds soft and that doesn't sound like a blanketed statement, but that's what it's all about. In love will come unity. In love will come support for our black enterprise. Because when we endure these things and we seem hopeless and we seem powerless, The truth is that we are not. We are not. You just have to exercise the powers of your dollars, your energy, your voice, your body, soul, and mind, and invest that in the truth. You know the truth. There is no reason to compromise because somebody gives you a bigger number, a bigger check. There is no reason to sell your soul because somebody's offering you something more to compromise. Just simply invest your energy, invest your brilliance, invest your mind, invest your unity in truth and honesty. We should not be victims or act like we are victims any longer because we see what it is. There is no power in victimization or victimhood. Now, of course, the world, the governments, establishments, they're terrified when you say things of the nature of black people coming together and being proactive in their approach. It shocks and scares everybody. We have to be proactive in our approach in terms of organizing from top to bottom, holding people accountable in our race. This has nothing to do with the white race at this time. This has nothing to do with anybody. It's just simply us as a family coming together, closing the doors, and working out and resolving our issues. We all have to be accountable. We all have to be responsible for our race. When one of us is taken out, we need to ride for that person. However, all this dividing and conquering, we should not let happen any longer. It's not a blue against black. It's never that. Because there's a lot of great black people that are blue. What it's always been is everybody against black, especially the black man. When we even get people, the black woman and the black man on the other side to go against the black man, that's what they do. Everybody goes against black man, including the black man. And that's what we are looking at right now. And that's what we are seeing with what the media is trying to push. And make no mistake about it, it's not just the 5 black officers that's responsible for this situation. There was white officers on the scene. There was EMT white people that was on the scene. They could have stopped the situation. And it's not what they're trying to push to us. What they're trying to push to us is blue against black. Oh, look at these black cops that killed the black man. So it's not really a white or black thing. Maybe it's a blue or black thing. No, we are not. We don't have a blue or black issue. We never had a blue or black issue. White America systematically uses its force to control stuff, which is the blue guys. They're just the working class for the haves, the owners, the landowners, the 1% of masters. White America, because it's just what it is. Color for what it is. The masters of foundations that built this country, the owners of this country, the legacy Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, all these come from lineage of legacy money from the past. There is no new money. This is old money. All this old money come from slavery. So there is no way around that. So we cannot, as black people, expect change from the opposers, the establishment. That the change will never come from them. The change comes from within. Us loving one another truly. Us defending one another truly. Us spending money with one another truly. Working out our economy so that we do not need to depend on the outside. We need to find a way to bring forth the money issues to the forefront. I'm not talking about all these Black Lives Matter and all these, that's the distraction. What we need to find out is how much money and percentage is the establishment willing to split from the proceeds of all the oil and diamond and gold that comes from Africa. comes from our motherland. That's what we need to focus in on, because with these resources, we could establish the black enterprise where we don't need outsiders, so we could actually have true power, so we could actually be able to have strong family foundations. We could actually have resources in our homes and our schools to take care of our business. We don't need handouts. We don't need somebody giving us money to control us so we could to push their narrative or their propaganda. We don't need anything like that. We need the finances to be able to build MLKs, the wards, to look lavish and to run sufficiently. That's all we need. We need establishment to get out the way and break bread from all the extortion of all the raperies that have been going on in Africa for the longest, that we're entitled to. Because all of our seeds lineage comes from Africa, so we do need a share of that. All the resources that goes to the British Petroleum, the UK's, the Chinese infrastructures, all of these companies, we need a percentage of that to come to black America and the westernized Americans, blacks in America, because we are victims of kidnapping, just like the Me Too movement. So all we are looking for, we don't need any sympathy. We don't need any, voting, changing laws and things like that. We don't need anything like that. If you guys decide to do things like that, that's cool. That's part of the game. You want to change the rules of the game to your game, that's fine. We are with that. But what we need as black people is the monetary compensation that comes from our motherland. That's all. And when I say we, black men, is going to have to be responsible for that. We cannot have any outside influences or things like that. We have to come with an organization that is responsible for all blacks all over the world to be able to utilize those funds effectively and efficiently and build up our infrastructures, our schools, our education system, our financial systems, our industry, business sectors. So that when a black man goes to work, he can make money, he can come back home and be a black man and be respected in his home. No longer needing to go fill 30 million applications and pass our resumes to just get told no, or to have the result of working for something less than what he deserves. That's where the problem lies. We need financial stability. We don't need anybody to do that. We could do that by ourselves. The black man is more than capable of doing that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know a lot of times when I talk about these things, kind of gravitate towards the same thing. I try not to stay on the drama field, tick and tack, back and forth type of things that they talk about, like Jason Whitlock. You have, talking about single parenting. Jason Whitlock, if I could add, and I tell you this, stop with all of that. You are a major part of the problem that we have as black Americans and black people all over the world. We always have these sellouts, sellout ideology, this coon, tap dancing, bullshit ass ideology, Uncle Tom ass ideology. Per se, I know it's not, but y'all know what I'm talking about. That shit needs to stop, because we don't need to take our problems outside, and not only take our problems outside, but actually speak against the home. We don't need to do that to make us look bad in front of white people. Stop with all that. That's the worst thing a black man could possibly do. That is called selling out. That is the fucking definition of selling out. You need to cut that out. We are always quick to sell out for any amount of money because of whatever situation that we're in. We need to cut that out and have some damn integrity and have some damn morals as black men. And that's the reason why we say what we say about the Judaism, about us being Israelites. There's a reason why we start pushing that. We've been known this. We just let the media run and do what they do. The reason why we say that is because we have to rehabilitate our people. And the only way to rehabilitate our people is to actually tell them the truth. There is a standard to being black. And the standard is not fucking slavery. And the standard is not bullshit. The standard is not have not. There is a standard to being what I am, where I come from. There is a standard. There's a standard to a relationship that we have with our God, our legacy, our ancestry. We hold them, they hold us accountable, and we are responsible. There is a standard to that. We are made up of 12 tribes. They call us Africans. There are two kids in Africa, Arabic and non-Arabic. The non-Arabic man of Africa has been getting tortured and brutalized from Babylon to Egypt to 30 besiegers of Jerusalem, to cross-Atlantic slavery, to all of the stolen identity from the Incas, the Mayans, to the Great Walls of China, to Arab, everything. Doesn't matter where we go. But we're not going to focus in on that. We need to focus in on right now what's in front of us. The crude oil, the coal train, the diamonds, the natural resources that's being extorted from the lands that we originate from on a day-to-day basis. And we are not seeing any part of the profits of that. So before we understand whatever percentage the African countries gets, that's fine. But all Western blacks, especially black Americans, are entitled to the resources of Africa, because that's where you guys stole us from. We didn't ask to come here. Even myself, all the wars that's been going on in Nigeria that the Europeans, the British has plagued us with, is the reason why I'm over here for 30, 40 some odd years. We want our own thing, to be able to do our own thing, and you guys do your own thing. That's all. Thank you.